This is the fourth straight opponent you guys have held, either to the mid-90s or even to the 80s. Would you say it's a matter of you guys, the defensive principles are clicking in, or is it just the kind of style of play you guys are having to play right now?
I think it's all the above, in the sense of feeling comfortable with the schemes, being active defensively. When you have 26 turnovers, that means your hands are active. You're in the right spot, and you know, you're covering one another. And so our defense right now is playing pretty good.
How much did the forcing 26 turnovers, normally when you get out rebounded, like you did tonight, it's a bad thing, but with all those turnovers, is that just a product of, you know, the defense being a little more on a string?
Yeah, I think it's been pretty tight here of late. Just the communication, the deflections, the steals. We're getting our hands on the ball, and you're right. If we get out rebounded like we did, then there's probably a loss. But unfortunately, those turnovers turn into points or a possession for us and one less shot for them. And so these guys really believe that before the game, talking about trying to hold the opponent under 100 points, and that's the fourth time, in a row that we've done that, and so these guys really believe that they're doing the right thing.
When Jokic came back in the game with 8 minutes ago, you guys were only up 4, then you outscored them 19-8. What happened during that stretch from an offensive and defensive standpoint?
Yeah, I think, well, Luka causes a problem, and Reggie made some big shots. Dorian made a big three. But it's just the pace that we're playing with on the offensive end too. We're just not walking or trying just to ISO. Everyone's cutting hard. When Luka is only playing 33 minutes, that helps us because that means he has a little bit more in the gas tank. But we didn't go straight to the ISO. We played within the offense and took what the offense gave us.
Now, a couple games into using the starting lineup, what do you think of it so far, and what do you think generally this season has made? What are you learning about starting lineups and what you need to put together for them to be effective?
Yeah, is this the second time we've used this lineup?
I think so.
Yeah,
maybe earlier, second time in a row at least.
Yeah, so we're just finding out what we can do, and it's going to take us some time to know that. But this group is playing well together, and we'll change it again here in a couple games when KP comes back.
All right, Kevin, go ahead.
Jason, can you talk about what the message has been as far as the resiliency of this group and how you guys have weathered the storm to be able to get to a point where you've won a few games in a row, and what that message has been to your guys in the locker room?
Well, Kevin, I don't know if they know there is a storm. It's just basketball. So you win or you lose, and these guys, they compete to win, and we're not guaranteed to win every game, but there's no storm. It's too early. There's a lot of basketball to be played to be worried about a storm. So a lot of character in that locker room. Guys play hard and play for one another, and so it's fun to be around, and you can see that when those guys were out, the guys that were healthy played hard, and we found a way to win, and we lost some games, but we continue to try to get better. So I don't know if the noun or verb is right for storm, but it's just basketball.
Actually, Dwayne has one more here, and then we'll be done.
Yeah, I just want to ask you.
Another one?
Yeah.
Damn.
About Dirk, the next game, retirement Dirk and all that.
The hell with him. What the hell has he got to do with this?
I understand. How big is that night, and how big is that night, not just for you, but Dirk, but for you also?
I could care less. But 4 + 1 = 5. That'd be probably JJ's. Are they putting 2 up there?
Only one.
Only one's going up. 41. No, it's great. It's going to be a great day. We'll play the Warriors, if not the best team in the league, and then afterwards we'll have a party to celebrate the legendary Dirk. This is one of the first parties he'll have before he goes into the Hall of Fame. So it'll be exciting to see his number go up into the rafters. It's a great honor for him and his family. I can't wait to ask his parents that they really think tennis was going to make him have quick feet. to be a basketball player. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome.
Are you calling next on the Raptors?
It's going to be a Sharpie on 41.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Jason.
Thank you.
Dwight, how big of a challenge is it when you're trying to guard a guy like Jokic, trying to keep him out of the paint?
Yeah, it's a huge challenge. A guy like him who's strong, skilled, can shoot the three, creates a lot of problems out there, especially with his ability to pass. So he definitely has to be the focal point of our scheme.
This is the fourth straight opponent. You guys have held to, mid-90s or even below 90. What do you think is starting to click in terms of you guys getting the defensive principles?
I mean, I'm not sure specifically what the clicking is, but our focus has always been on defense, and we're starting to be able to apply things from scout and working with each other, and our chemistry on that end of the court has definitely improved. So, and especially with the next man up mentality we've kept with kind of the chaos of this time of the year with everything going on. So, guys are playing extremely hard and following the scout. So, good things are happening.
Anything else for Dwight?
You've been a mainstay of the starting fives over this season. As it's kind of changed around you, or changed just with people going in and out. What is working, or what have you seen that's working about this lineup, and what generally makes a successful starting lineup that you've seen this season?
I mean, I probably would have to go back to the analytics to kind of give you a thorough answer for that question, but kind of like I said, this team has a lot of great players, and we have a great system, so guys that come in and buy into it, even whether they're on a 10-day or wherever it may be, can come in and affect the game in a positive way if we stick to our schemes and follow our principles. So, yeah, we got a great group of guys, and whoever we put out there first, whoever we put out there second, whoever's in the game at the end is going to give their all and going to give us a chance to win the game.
Well, Mike, you have had, this team has been virtually the same home and road. Very similar points against. Everything's been, it's the same team, but how can you go about, and tonight was a good start obviously, but how do you go about making this a better home team, which I know was an emphasis starting out this year?
I don't think we would necessarily want to improve as a home team in comparison to a road team. I think we're trying to improve overall, and we're trying to continue to develop the things that we're doing well and improve the things that we're doing poorly. So, yeah, I think it comes down to improving all around. I think the better we play in general, we'll be able to perform both home and and on the road.
Okay, we have one on Zoom and then we'll wrap up. Jim?
Hi, Dwight. Dwight, in that fourth quarter there, Denver sort of brought it back into melting pot, but then Reggie came up and hit two daggers of 2 3-pointers in a row. Was that really the nail in the coffin there that you were able to see it out? And obviously in the fourth quarter, hitting those 5 3-pointers in a row coming down the stretch as well to really close the game out.
Yeah, no, that was huge. Reggie shooting with confidence is something that is going to help us regardless. He's a major weapon for us, and those were definitely some big buckets that gave us confidence to lock in on defense, gave us some juice to close it out. So those are huge baskets.
Thank you. Luca, buenas noches. Preguntarte por Dirk Nowitzki. Este miércoles van a retirar de su playera número 41 en una ceremonia acá en Dallas. ¿Cuál crees que es el legado que deja Dirk, no solo en Dallas, sino también en la liga como jugador extranjero?
Creo que no se puede explicar lo que ha dejado, como he dicho, no solo para Dallas, sino para todo el mundo. Y creo que también en Estados Unidos tienen máximo respeto para él todo el mundo, así que ha dejado algo que no se puede explicar y es increíble lo que ha hecho toda la carrera.
Leonardo?
Luca, te saluda Leonardo Torres desde Perú, felicidades por la victoria. Luca, ¿qué puedes decir sobre el duelo que tuviste contra un ex compañero como Facundo Campazzo?
Bueno, siempre es difícil jugar contra Facu, prefiero tenerle en el equipo, pero siempre es un placer verle. Creo que lo está haciendo genial, está jugando muy bien y se mereció estar aquí en la NBA.
All right, Kevin, and then we'll open up to the room. Kevin, go ahead.
Luka, after tonight, how are you feeling with your second game back at 21 points, 15 assists? How are you feeling physically as you continue to work your way back into the lineup and with this team?
I mean, better. I think it's gonna come with games. You know, every game's gonna be better, especially physically. You know, the way the game is played, 5-on-5. But I think that's gonna come with the games, and every game's gonna be better.
Dwayne?
Look, I know how much Dirk means to you. What does that mean to you to see his jersey get retired this coming Wednesday?
I mean, he deserves that and everything else that happens. You know, he gave so much to Dallas, and Dallas gave back to him. Like I was talking before, he did a lot of things for not just people from Europe, but I think in the United States, everybody has the highest respect for him, the highest everything. You know, they just enjoy him play, enjoy watching him play, and you know, especially in Europe too, especially the kids. They grow up in Europe. They know Dirk. Everybody from Europe follow Dirk, so he got respect from everybody.
Could you talk about that run late in the fourth quarter? The Nuggets had cut it down to 4, then you went on a 19-8 run.
I mean, I think we did the whole game. We were pretty solid, especially our defense today. I think it was amazing. They have a great team, you know. They have Jokic, which is MVP, and they're gonna make a run. This is not gonna happen that they're not gonna make a run. And we stay together and we just play our basketball.
What are you seeing from this team defensively recently?
I think just our communication was the key and our effort. I think those two are our keys. I think we talk more. Our effort is more, and that's our key.